Hello, welcome to my channel and my first video. I'm really out of practice doing beauty videos, so bear with me. I thought I'd introduce myself first. My name is Artie. I am non-binary, if you couldn't tell by the loud stripes and the, shag mullet going on. Years ago, I'm talking like almost a decade ago, I used to have a beauty channel and, well, that was all fun and whatever. When I got started on it, it was really mainly just to make myself like really perfected and everything like that, and it kind of really bit into my self-esteem quite a bit. Now I just kind of do makeup for fun, for art therapy, just to express myself, and that's what I'm here for. I'm literally here to have fun. So yeah, and speaking of fun, I thought I would do a nice kind of primary color look today. Excuse this bad angle. I'm having to do what I can with what I've got. I've got this big clunky tablet I'm filming on, so we're doing what we can. I'm going to be using some eye primer, maybe a little bit of concealer to kind of dumb down some of this darker coloration that I have on my lids here. This is my yellow. It's a very, very bright yellow. This is Floating from ColourPop. It's a Super Shock shadow, which I remember when those first came out, like way back in the day, everyone was losing their shit, and like I still like them, so that's pretty cool. I've got another ColourPop for my blue item. This is just their blue mascara. And for my red, I am going to be using this Flesh Beauty in Tremble. It's this like lip or cheek tint, and that is what it looks like. It's like almost the same color as my nails, which is, very fun. So let's go ahead and do that. Actually, frick frack, I forgot to do my skincare first, so I guess we're gonna go ahead and do that too. I've got some hyaluronic acid here. It is the winter season coming up, and I get eczema during that season. So right now I'm just trying to be as gentle on my skin as possible. So we're just gonna go ahead and do some of that. I, for the life of me, cannot find either of my eye creams. Yeah, it's a problem. It'd be really nice to be able to get like some very proper hydration on my eyes, but whatever. And as you may have noticed in the products that I was going to be using and not, I'm not really using face products because look at this skin. This is the result of having to wear a mask at an essential job during COVID for like the past 8 months, which I'm not complaining about, don't get me wrong, but it has absolutely wreaked havoc on my skin. And like, if I try to cover this up even with color correction and stuff like that, it's like, girl, who are you trying to fool? Who are you trying to fool? So I just choose not to do that. I prefer the feeling of bare skin anyway, so I really don't use face products all that often when it comes to, cover and conceal. So we've got our little moisturizer on. I'm not going to be doing anything with the lips today, but I do want to get them moisturized, so here we go. This is the Candy Lips Lip Mask from Kimchi Beauty, which doesn't taste anything like sour fruit punch or candy. It tastes like a trip to the dentist office because it's really minty. But it does make my lips feel good, so like I tolerate it. Oh god, I almost forgot my brows. Brows are important. For those, I'm going to be using this little e.l.f. Wow Brow in dark brown because like I gotta rep these teeny tiny Vulcan brows. I love them very much. Alright, so that feels a little bit more set in. I'm gonna go ahead and get these eyes primed. Just use a little bit. I actually, got off way too much, so I'm gonna really just smack it around and then lightly press it onto my lids. Since I have deep set hooded eyes, the hood of my eyes tends to be a little bit more jiggly and a little harder to work with, plus I'm starting to get a little bit of texture on my lids because, aging happens, it's part of life. And yeah, so it makes things a little bit difficult, so I like doing more simple looks. Besides, like, I don't have a lot of attention span. Alright, do I want to conceal or do I want to just keep things as they are? Let's give that a little peek. Yeah, let's give a touch of a conceal. Oh god, that is way too much. Hopefully I can transfer that over to both sides because really, the more product that you use on your under eye, or at least in my case, the more crepey it tends to look, and it's just, ugh. So pray for me, please. All right, start patting that in. I really prefer using my fingers for a lot of stuff when it comes to applying makeup. I find that it just diffuses things in pretty well because of the body temperature, and you know, your hand can be used to blend just about anything, which I find fun. So really kind of playing around with concepts over the past few months instead of just staying to what beauty gurus told me when I was like, you know, trying to be hella cool and makeup-y, has really, you know, allowed me to grow a lot more. Like actually trying things out for myself and discovering things on my own has been really gratifying, and you know, it's also improved my way that I think in makeup. I feel a lot more creative, and it allows me to do more things. So there we go. I didn't have enough on that one to get my lids. Moving on to the eye stuff, let's go ahead and get this yellow going for me. Again, use my fingers. I like to use my ring finger because it doesn't have as much strength as the other fingers in my hand, so it makes applying a little bit more gentle. And I'm just kind of like bopping this on, just giving it a nice little like press, 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 press. And since I have hooded eyes, I like to drag it up a little bit, so like when my eyes are open, which this is a bad angle to actually like show that, you can still actually see some of the colors. So there we go. So like I said before, I want to have this makeup channel for fun because, you know, I'm not here to be cutthroat. I'm not here to, you know, try to make a name for myself. I mean, I'm gonna be real. Most of the stuff I do is probably not gonna go over well with a lot of the beauty community in terms of, you know, what it looks like, and that's fine. I'm just here to do me. I also don't want to turn into one of those, like, you know, hawking everything you can under the sun, like secret, what is it, like affiliate codes or whatever. Like, I don't really want to do that. Don't even want to accept PR if that ever happens, because I just want to keep things as honest as possible on here and just like actually be able to express myself without any kinds of like hindrance from a company or anything like that. So let's see. Oh my god, how do we look? Oh, it's a little bit blotchy, so I'm going to use like this part of my finger to just kind of like boop, 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 boop. Gently kind of rub on it to make it a little bit less harsh. And same on the other side. But anyway, yeah, I found that commoditizing a passion or a hobby really just kind of like kills your love boner for it. So we're not going to do any of that. I'm just here to be a freaking doink and enjoy myself. I am going to drag this a little bit onto the lower lash line, a little bit more precision. Don't want it to be too chunky, but you know what? Probably what we're going to have to deal with. So that's fine, you know, whatever. Well, that didn't turn out too bad. I also want to say that, like, I am no way trying to claim to be like a professional here. Ironically, I did all of my time to get my aesthetics license and all that fun stuff, so I could go pro, but like that was 6 years ago, and I don't know if I can still get a license for stuff that was almost like a decade ago. So, you know, whatevs. All my techniques aren't like solid ones tested through time. I'm gonna get things wrong just like everyone else does. And yeah, okay, so we've got the yellow on. It's time to, let's get the red going before I go ahead and do the blue, because I want to be able to just deal with that now instead of trying to work around lashes. So I'm taking a little bit of that red, and I'm going to go ahead and apply it really close to the eye back here. I haven't been doing blush recently because, you know, it doesn't look particularly nice over this. There's a lot of texture. It just looks kind of funky. Plus, this is always obscured by a mask. So I've been bringing it up a lot higher recently. And I honestly really like the way it looks. It's a little like, you know, early 80s disco, blown out, just kind of nuts, but whatever. Probably shouldn't have brought it that close to my eyeshadow over here, but whatevs. We're good. I'm gonna drag it down a little bit more so it's not just saturated over there. It looks a little bit wild, and try to blend that in a little bit here. I do want the color concentrated a little bit more over here, so it just has a very diffuse look at going out. Okay, what the hell, we'll just drag that into the eyebrow a little bit, just so it doesn't look so stark. Alright, how do I feel about this? Okay, let's get started on the other side, and I'll tweak as needed. So here we go, starting out really close, and just kind of patting that shit out. Oh yeah, also if you haven't figured out by now, I swear a lot. Sorry if that's a problem, but I'm not going to amend my speech for that, so sorry. If you are not a fan of swearing, this is kind of your warning. It's here, it's not going to change. It's just the way that I speak. I use swear words as punctuations sometimes. I use them as expressors. I feel like certain swear words really just are a good way of expressing a certain feeling, so they're kind of the most appropriate words for some situations. So weird, I'm looking down into a mirror right now and I'm like, does it work? Does it fit? Ooh, this is way too excited over here. Guess I'm just gonna have to doop doop doop. Alright, there we go. Blush takes forever to get remotely even. We're just gonna roll with it. Let's do my eyebrows before my eyelashes. Why not? I really just use a brow gel. I don't really have that many sparse parts in my eyebrows. So I just use a gel to kind of darken them a hair more. A hair more. And brush those suckers into place. Like I said, these are like little teeny tiny Vulcan brows, which I like. I've cut off the ends of my brows because I don't want to wax them because I love my brows naturally. But I also want to express myself and play around with them, and this allows me to experiment with a lot more shapes. I'm actually even considering going in even more so I can do more of a straight brow because my eyebrows are dummy arched naturally. So let's get that stuff flicky and lovely. Fluff out this little area here and just zoop, get that little point going. Yes. And the next, oh no! Sometimes this happens. I hate getting a huge glob of stuff. And it's kind of my fault because I'm not paying attention. Let's see. Why is it so hard to do things with your dominant hand on your non-dominant side? Is it just me that struggles? Like, what's going on? Come on, baby. There we go. Let's get you nice and pointy. Oh man, I do have to shave a little bit. Bummer. So while doing that, I discovered that I don't like the way the eyeshadow looks right now. I want to reinvigorate it over the kind of blushy areas since it kind of got a little bit messed up. Let's see, let's pat it back on, pat it back on, patty cake, patty cake, patty cake, patty cake. Right now, I feel like the physical embodiment of a McDonald's fry carton. Finally, onto the eyelashes. So while I do like how colorful this stuff is, the formula is so gunky and so thick, it just, oh lordy, it's a problem. And it's also quite dry. Maybe the stuff just dries out super, super fast, I don't know. But I've had this open for maybe a month now, and it's just like, kill me. I also like to get the top parts of my lashes when doing a colored mascara because I hate blinking and just looking dumb for having my natural colored lashes underneath. It's just like, I want people to think that this is my natural lash color. Like, come on. Oh, yeah, see, this is exactly what I mean. When you dunk it in and then you draw it out, you just get this big, gooey mess. All right, let's try this again. I really have to like work this stuff in and build it up, let it dry, come back to it. Otherwise, it just looks dumb and like my regular lashes. Ooh, girl, blend that. Even though I'm not a girl, I'm a them. But, you know, parts of vernacular. All right, keep going, maybe. Oh, hell yeah, we are building. We're getting some blue. Let's try the lower ones with my stupid lower lashes face. Like, you want to see it? Yeah, I can't apply it, but all right, let's try this. Oh, da, da, da. The reason I do this is because it actually moves my little eye bags further away from my lower lashes so I can get better access to it. All right, let's do the other side while we wait for that one to dry. Just look, it's just so bad. ColourPop, why? Why? Tell me why. Okay, let's do this and not hit my freaking eyelid like I just did. I've had only coffee today. Only coffee, no food, so I am probably the least dexterous I'm gonna be all day before I actually eat something. Which I should do, because, you know, food is fuel. It's good for you if you eat the correct stuff. Let's get the top, boys. And then do. Man, this honestly feels so much like when I originally launched my first channel. I was filming on my graduation present, which was like an older MacBook Pro that my mom got discounted because she was a student, so like, save that money, mom. But like, I was using that back in the day and like the lighting was shit and I always look washed out and my angles were terrible, and like I feel that kind of way again, which is honestly like when it was the most fun. I do have a camera, but said MacBook from 10 years ago is obsolete. So it really doesn't work, which makes me sad because like that's where I would do all my editing on my fancy little camera and I can't do that anymore. So hey, we're here. And I just poked myself in the eye. Ha! Don't get heated while you're doing your mascara. It's a bad idea. All right, let's try this again. Woo. Wow, that is just, look at how my nose changes. That is amusing. Hate this shit with the fiery passion, but I love the color, so I tolerate it, but not without complaining incessantly. All right, that's a #1 ditty. It's catchy, isn't it? My aim is terrible. You're joking. You're freaking joking. Okay, it's time for me to eat some freaking food. That was embarrassing. Okay, let's see. Am I done? Am I done? Yeah, I think I'm done. Okay. Let's actually just like try to get a good angle and lighting on this, because like, hey girl, hey, what you doing? Not a fan of this. All right, and here's the look, finished. It's so just subtle and natural. It'd be great for meeting, you know, your partner's parents for the first time. Fantastic for funerals. Just, you know, regular, subtle, going out makeup. You know, just something a little conservative. Anyways, yeah. So this is how it turned out. You can barely see the blue on camera. That's unfortunate because like all of my vision right now is just this kind of blue tinge. And yeah, so I like the kind of like watercolory, oh, it's a little too sparkly over there, but the kind of watercolory effect of this blush. I like how vivid it is. if you asked me 10 years ago, never in a million years, I would say, like, I would have a red blush, but girl, here we are. We're just, you know, ooh, actually, that's cute. Anyways, so, yeah, I hope you liked this. I did. I had a lot of fun, and that's really all that I'm here to do. So, if you like this strange, like, mustachioed, bizarre mullet content, stick around. If not, that's okay. Everybody's got personal preferences.